How to tune into the fifth dimension frequency, how to accelerate your shift into 5D. I will tell you 7 ways how to do that. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so to get notified every time I post video about the fifth dimension, about light workers and about finding your purpose. I'm Patricia, I'm a spiritual life coach, I'm a light worker, and I really love talking about the topic of the fifth dimension and how we and Mother Earth are shifting together to a higher dimension. In this video I'm talking about how you can tune into the frequency of the fifth dimension, and it also means how you can accelerate your shift to the fifth dimension. If you want to know what the fifth dimension is, or if you have these 5D signs, so if you're already shifting or not, then I have other videos about it. So I will link them in the description down below. In this video we talk about the practical tips how you can accelerate your shift by tuning into the fifth dimensional frequency. Way number 1 to tune into the fifth dimension frequency is, of course, to go from the mind to the heart. That's all about 5D, right? So we start to live by the heart. What does that mean? It means to do the things that lights you up. So the easiest way to go from the mind to the heart is to do the things that light you up. So what is it that lights you up? What is it that your heart wants? Try to really listen to your heart. Forget the mind for a moment. Forget it. What is it that lights you up? What do you want to do today? Do you want to play? Do you want to swim? Do you want to run around naked? Maybe you have to see where you do it, but try to find the things that lights you up. Try to do the things that really make your heart feel love and make your heart happy. So this is the easiest way to go from the mind to the heart, to do the things that lights you up. So think about, what do you want to do? What do you really want to do? And more importantly, trust. Trust that what your heart wants is the right thing. So if you want to do a certain decision, if you want to change something in your life, it can be something small or big, and it is something that your heart wants, tune into your heart, listen to your heart, and then trust. Don't try to figure it out with your mind. If you already know what your heart wants, then don't ask yourself more questions. Don't ask yourself, is that the right way? Is that my path? Is that the thing that I have to do? No, if your heart already decided, it already says, it already tells you what it wants, then do it. There's nothing else you have to do than listen to your heart. And this is in every topic in your life, in everything. Listen to your heart, listen what your heart wants, and do it. Do what lights you up. And that's an amazing way to tune into the fifth dimension. Way number 2, seeing beyond the illusion. This is an amazing exercise, and it's kind of something that you can keep in mind all the time, or sometimes when you are meditating or when you have time to think about. And it's really important to understand that this all is an illusion. It is kind of not that serious as we think about. If we are caught up in this everyday problems, in work problems, in other stressful situations, then we tend to forget that this all is just a game, that we are all here just to grow. So every struggle that you have to go through, everything that happens in your life, everything is just here to help you grow. Everything here is just a game for every one of us, for every soul that is here on earth right now. So you can imagine, before you came to earth, you were a soul, a spark of light somewhere, and you decided to come here. You knew that on planet Earth you can do a lot of stuff. You can grow extremely fast and extremely far. So you said, oh yeah, Earth, that's a good idea. That's really difficult there. There's a lot of struggles there. So I will come to Earth so I can grow even higher, even faster. So you can imagine that you as a soul decided to come here, and then you came here, you birthed into this life as a baby, and then you arrived here. So you just arrived into this playground, into this place where you can grow, where everyone is growing. So see beyond the illusion. This is all only an illusion. We are souls. You are a soul. You are light. You come from a higher realm. So you are only here to grow and to learn. So even if there are things that are threatening to your life, this is only threatening to your life on earth and not to your eternal soul. So see beyond the illusion. Way number 3 is to forgive. And if you keep in mind that this all is an illusion and that you decided to come here, that every other soul decided to come here on earth, then you also understand that that you can forgive. And even in other words, that there's nothing to forgive. Because we came all here with a purpose, with kind of a plan. We knew what we wanted to learn here, and so everyone knew what they wanted to learn, and so we came here together. And if you can see and if you can understand that these people that harmed you, these people that did things that you don't like and that you struggle with, they did it because maybe you wanted it. Maybe you were the one, the soul, that before coming to earth, you came together with these other souls and you talked and you said, okay, in this life I want to learn this and that. I want to grow like this. So would you be open about it, that you would do that harm to me? If you would do that, if you can make me struggle, and you did the same for others, so maybe they ask you, could you do that to me so I can grow, so I can learn something? And if you understand that this all is an illusion here, that this is a playground, and that we all decided to come here together, then you also understand that there's kind of nothing to forgive. And if you know that there's nothing to forgive, you're able to forgive. Because after all, we are humans, and we feel these things, we feel these struggles, and we feel grief and other stuff. And so try to forgive. Forgive other people because they only did things to you that you wanted to learn. I know it sounds really hard, and it can, for many people, this can be something that you push against and you fight against this thought that this was all kind of planned, that you wanted that these things happen to you. But believe me, this thought and this knowing gives you so much strength and gives you so much power, and you can take your power back. Because if you're not forgiving other people, you give away your power. They have the power over you. So if you start to forgive, if you start to understand that this is an illusion, that there's nothing to forgive, so you can forgive, then you take your power back, but it's because it's in your hands. You have it in your hands. You are strong. It's your power. So forgiving really lets you tune into the 5th dimension frequency. And also really important, and we should not forget, that first of all you have to forgive yourself and forgive everything that you have done to yourself, that you have done to others, and all the things that you think you have done wrong. There's no wrong. So you did everything so that you can be here now, that you can be that person that is watching this video now. Everything that happened in your life happened because you had to arrive to that moment now. And you have to go on. And in few years you will understand everything. So forgive yourself and forgive others. Way number 4, work through your shadows. Yes, we all want to be always high vibrational. We all want to ascend to the 5th dimension. That's why we want to have this high vibration and be happy all the time. But it is crucial that you work through your shadows, that you work through the things that you have inside that are the dark places, the ones that make you sad, that make you angry. It is important that you stay with these emotions, that you don't push away your emotions. I also made a video about that. I will link it in the description. But here, just to explain, if you don't put light on your shadows, if you don't look at your shadows, they will haunt you. They will stay there. It's not that you can ignore your shadows and then they will go away because you ignore them. No, it's the contrary. If you ignore them, then they will stay. So if you have negative feelings, if you have things that don't feel good, stay with that emotion. Accept the emotion and then try to work through them. Try to stay with them, accept them as a part of yourself. If you're angry about the current situation in this world, yeah, you're angry. It's nothing bad. Don't ignore it. Just stay with the feeling and work on it. Think about it. Why are you angry? What makes you angry? What do you have in yourself that makes you feel that feeling? So stay with them. Stay with your shadows, and so you can put light on your shadows. And if you start to switch on the light on your shadows, then they can heal and they can disappear. And if you know your shadows and if you can work with them and if you can put light on them, then you will be more whole, because then you accept also the sides on yourself that you don't like. And the fifth dimension frequency, it's about acceptance, and it's about to be whole, as a whole being, as a whole light being, and as a whole human as well. So if you ignore your shadows, you're pushing away a part of yourself and you don't feel whole. And so look at your shadows and start to heal as a whole being. Way number 5, keep separate from fear activation. So this is huge and so important. I stopped watching the news and reading newspapers 15 years ago about. So I understood that everything is just to put fear on you, to activate your fear. So keep separated from them. Go away from all the informations that make you fearful, that make you sad, that make you angry. These are not necessary. You still have shadows. You still have things in you that make you sad and angry and all the negative emotions that you have to work through. So don't make it worse. Separate yourself from this fear activation that people or the media or other ways want to put on you. So keep away from them, because you are whole universe. You yourself, you are your world. So you are responsible for your own world, to create your own world and to create your being, your inner self, your universe. So you are the one that can create the fifth dimension in yourself. You are co-creating the fifth dimension every moment of your day, every moment of your life. So keep separate from the people and the situations that they are not creating that fifth dimension, and come back to yourself. You are important. What you are creating is important. And then you, with your peace and with your harmony that you have in yourself, you will affect other people as well. You will touch other people as well. So stay in your energy, stay in your peace and harmony. Try to create the fifth dimension in yourself already. This is the greatest way to tune into the fifth dimension, by creating it yourself in yourself. Way number 6, keep your vibration high. And as I told you in the point number 5, if you keep away from this fear activation informations and all these things that make you feel that lower your vibration, then you can of course keep your vibration higher. Do things that keep your vibration high. Do things that you like. Do things that lights you up. And so in this way you can keep your vibration high. I also did another video about how to raise your vibration, and I will also link it in the description, of course. Just a few suggestions. Go out in nature. Nature helps you to keep your vibration high, to raise your vibration. Think positive thoughts. Think about what you want in the future. Think about what you want to manifest. And you can do that also while you are looking at your shadow. It's not that you have to put your shadows away, as you told you, but in the same time you can raise your vibration. When you wake up in the morning, do some gratitude, think about positive things, and raise your vibration by feeling an energy in your heart. Feel that you have light in your heart, and then expand that light. Feel it in the whole body, feel it everywhere. You are a vibrational being. You have it in your hands to raise your vibration. And the fifth dimension is a higher vibration, is a higher dimension. So if you're already able to generate this higher vibration in yourself, you are tuning into the fifth dimensional frequency. So raise the vibration and you will raise to the fifth dimension. And the last way of tuning into the fifth dimensional frequency is to meditate, to pray, to feel gratitude, everything that calms you down, everything that can bring you to yourself. Because when you're centered, of course, it helps you to raise your vibration, it helps you to work through your shadows because you're much more aware and much more centered. It helps you to stay away from that fear activation. It helps you to come from your mind to your heart, and it just helps you in general. Just come to yourself and try to find calmness. And calmness you can find through meditation. And it doesn't matter how you meditate, what is your practice. If you have a moving meditation, if you just if you just focus on your breath, if you have certain practices, if you just focus on nature or on a flower, or if you're just focusing on watching an animal or something, just meditate, come to calmness and come to yourself. Also, what helps is to pray. If it's something that you like pray to God, talk with your spirit guides, talk with your ancestors. Just find something that brings you to the present moment. And also, of course, gratitude is something really important here. Do a gratitude list in the morning when you wake up. Write down some things that you're grateful for. In your meditation, think about the things that you're grateful for. Just try to be aware of the present moment and of yourself and of your inner being. So you start to understand who you really are and what light being you are, and that you already belong to the fifth dimension, that you already are there, kind of, and that you create the fifth dimension in yourself. So meditation and mindfulness will help you to create the fifth dimension frequency in you. I also recorded a free meditation for you that will help to raise your vibration. So if you want, you can check it out. I put the free download link in the description, so you can download it and use that every day if you want. I hope these suggestions helped you to tune into the fifth dimension. As I said, it's really important that you already, inside yourself, you already are creating that fifth dimension. It's not something that happens outside of you, it's something that happened inside of you as well. So if you tune into that frequency, if you create and generate that frequency of the fifth dimension, you're helping not only yourself, but all of us. You're helping humanity, you're helping Mother Earth to shift to 5D as fast as possible. I really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, if you like this video, if it was a help, and also if you comment. I would love to hear from you. And now make sure to watch this video next, and I see you in the next one. Bye!